since we started 2023. So taking a look at some of the areas, they've been all over the board here for the U.S., the Gulf Coast, the Deep South. We've had the Southern Plains, the Midwest, all areas that have been under the gun for severe weather as we've been moving through the start of the year. So let's talk about January. Here's a look at our severe weather reports. The daily average was 14 severe weather reports per day. And so over half the month, we saw days that we had severe weather reports. All the red, those were well above average. I mean, look at the beginning of January. We had those big outbreaks that totaled over 100 reports there just for the first week of January. And look at our tornado totals for January. As we take a look at the last 10 years or so, we have seen the most tornadoes this past January since 2014. The average is 50. So far, the preliminary number sits at 139, and that's a lot for January, and especially over the last 2 years, we hadn't seen much at all. It was actually below normal for the start there for January. So this year, really a big shock to the system to see all this start to unfold. Again, most of it was in the Southern Plains, the Gulf Coast, the Deep South, Alabama there. 52 tornado warnings just for the month of January, and this was rivaling our normal severe weather months. When you think about like March, April, May, look at that. January is in the top 5, 52 reports there, similar to what we see in March, April, and even May there in parts of Alabama. And then let's not forget the rain. So far, for the beginning of the year, look at the precipitation. This is since January 1st. Many of these areas in the South, including Atlanta, also into Memphis, it's also seeing winter weather today, they have seen almost double what they normally see in the month of January. So a very soggy start for the year. Take a look at Atlanta right now. Over half the month, we have seen at least a trace of rain or more. So if you've kind of felt like it's been cloudy outside and a little dreary, well, it has. But we'll see if February can bring in a little more sunshine and maybe some warmer temperatures. Alrighty, Dr. Dab, let me bring you in too to talk more about, wow, Chris, my brain can't even compute some of those numbers around Caribou, Maine with the wind chills. They could be below minus 50, so 50 below zero. Woo! Alrighty, time to get the latest check on your cold and flu tracker. Of course, most of this centered across the south here, Texas as well as New Mexico seeing the highest amounts of cold and flu as we start the season.